guys, welcome back to the channel. So, as you've probably seen by the thumbnail, the BMW 1300 GS has had to go back. For what reason, you might ask? Well, it's had to go back for the starter recall, the issue with the starter relay. Now, my bike was supplied from new with the version 2 semiconductor starter relay, which looks like this. It's quite a small unit, very compact. Doesn't look like it'll take a great deal of ampage, but anyway, Mr. BMW must have deemed it to have been fit for purpose, and it quite obviously isn't. So, in their wisdom, BMW have decided that not only will they replace this semiconductor part with a electromechanical part, which is actually going backwards in technology, but it'll carry more ampage and it's a more robust system. And I have to say, since this new relay was fitted on my bike, I've had none of the issues that I've had previously with missed starts, the bike not wanting to start and getting the warning on the dash. All that's gone, and it seems very willing to start now. It seems very willing to be turned over, and I think it's actually sorted the problem out. So big shout out here to Virtue Motorcycles at Rotherham. Virtue BMW called me, told me that the bike was due the recall, and if I didn't want to ride the bike there for any reason, they'd come and pick it up, they'd take it away, they'd do the recall work, they'd then update the software and return the bike back to me. So, absolutely brilliant service from Virtue Rotherham. Thanks again, guys, and particularly Lee, the master tech that did the work. Great work, Lee. And thank you, Anna and Matt, the service reception people. Absolutely brilliant. So, before the bike went in, as you know, I'd recently fitted the new Acra can. Now, after going out for a ride on the bike, I came home, took my earplugs out, left the bike running and ticking over, and I could hear quite how can I say, a disconcerting sort of metallic ticking noise coming particularly from the right hand cylinder. So I was a bit sort of like put off by it. I know that the 1300 GS is not the quietest of engines. It's a very high performance flat twin. It's never going to be silent mechanically, but I was getting quite a lot of tinkling sort of noises on the overrun, and particularly when the engine was hot, and it sounded quite awful, to be honest. So I raised this concern with Virtue Motorrad, and I know there's a lot of people out there at the moment being quite negative about the 1300 GS, but you know, you've only got to think about it, guys. You know, I mean, it's not always what you think. So naturally I thought the worst. I thought, oh God, something's gone wrong. It's et a camshaft, or it's trying to spit a timing chain off or something like that. So I reported it to BMW. They agreed to have a look at it while they had it in. Anyway, while it were on the bench, the master tech took the cylinder head covers off, the rocker covers, inspected the cams, absolutely perfect, timing chains perfect. He then went on to check the valve clearances, and what he found was, so when these engines bed in, obviously clearances change, and this is why it's important to have your valve clearances checked at the service intervals. But my valve clearances were a little bit out of spec, and particularly on the right hand side, the exhaust valve clearances were oversized. And it turns out that when these valve clearances were checked and put right, it's put it back to absolutely perfect. So the noise from the cylinders is the same both sides now, and you'll hear that in the video when we go through it. I'll start it up and I'll move the camera from side to side, and what I will do is I'll show you the videos that I took on my mobile phone that I sent to Virtue at Rotherham to describe the noise I was getting. I'm sorry about the quality on them, they're not quite as good as what I've taken in my workshop, but it gives you an idea of the noise it was making. So yeah, just surrounding the negativity. I know there's a lot of negativity on the 1300 at the moment. There's a lot of people out there quite justified in their moaning. You know, there's guys out there like the stammering biker, for instance. He was without his bike for 2 weeks when he had the red clock screen, you know, where it all goes red and then your bike just dies and nothing happens until they replace the clocks. Touch wood, I've not had that issue, and I've got to say, in the miles I've done on the bike since I got it in March, it's been absolutely perfect as a machine. It's without doubt the best bike I've ever owned in terms of all-round practicality. I don't think you can beat it from my opinion. That is my opinion as well, guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know what faults you've been getting on your GS. Yeah, so we'll go over to the bike as well, and we'll have a look at this new starter relay that they put on there. It's quite a sizable thing compared to the other, but yeah, you let me know. Has your bike got this new electromechanical relay on it rather than the I think there's been 3 versions so far. There was a version 1 semiconductor, a version 2 semiconductor, and a version 3 electromechanical. Now, for those of you that don't know the difference, a semiconductor relay has no moving parts in it, none whatsoever. It's all done electronically to make it simple. Now, the electromechanical relay has got a physical electronic contact point, a mechanically moving contact point, which actually brings the voltage over for the starter. So that's the difference between the two. And the electromechanical version is the one that the GSs have been using for years and years. And it seems that BMW have gone back to that now because it seems to be the good old, most reliable way. Right, let's remove the side panel and see what's been replaced on this new starter relay. As we saw in the previous pictures, it had the semiconductor starter relay fitted, which is causing problems with overheating and such forth. And now we have, oh look, a good old-fashioned mechanical relay. Now, I would say that that is possibly the same as what was fitted on the 1250 GS. Looks exactly the same. And I have to say, first impressions are, it does seem to be starting a lot better. I did used to get a few missed starts now and again, and the warning on the dash. With this unit, it does seem to start up very crisply. First push of the button, and away it goes. So there you go, guys. Technology gone backwards for the better. So fingers crossed, let's hope that this one works, and let's hope that this cures the problem. So the other thing that was replaced while it was in at BMW recently is the right hand combi switch. So I'm led to believe that there's been problems with water ingress into this switch assembly on the right hand side. So that has that's been replaced. That's not actually a recall. I think that's what they call a quality enhancement. as you can hear now guys, on the right hand side it's absolutely as sweet as a nut. There's no rattling, no metallic noises. So yeah, thanks again Virtue Rotherham, done a stunning job. You transformed my bike back to what it was. We'll just go around the other side to compare. And this is the left hand side that was always quiet anyway. And as you can hear, still very quiet. Go back to the right hand side that sounded like a bag of rusty spanners. And as you can hear, sounds absolutely perfect. So, there you go guys. When your bike's been running, things do move. So it's a good idea, if you're not happy with any noises you're getting, to contact your dealer. Ask him to check the valve clearances, because that's all that were wrong with my bike. And now she's perfect again, ready to go. So, thanks again for joining me on this short video. Just wanted to make a point that it's not all negative when it comes to the GS 1300. My experience has been very good up to now. I've been very happy with the bike, love the way it rides and love what it does. It's a great machine and it suits me perfectly. Probably the best bike I've ever owned. So I'd just like to say a big thank you again to the viewers for the subscriptions. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. I have noticed, I've looked at my analytics and more views are from non-subscribers than they are from subscribers. So come on guys, hit the button. Let's get this channel over 1,000 subscribers. That's all we want. Get it over 1,000. Let's make it worthwhile. We'll leave it there for now guys, but soon be Christmas. Soon be all getting your Christmas stockings filled up with all your bike bits. So keep your eyes peeled and we'll be back soon. So bye for now.